Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Mount Olive Council meeting for November 24, 2015. If you would all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for our men and women serving in the military.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Michelle, would you read the Open Public Meetings Act, please?
According to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been given to the Daily Record. Notice has been posted in the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, and notices were sent to those requesting the same.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda.
Here.
Mrs. Leybow.
Here.
Mr. Mania.
Here.
Mr. Roman.
Here.
Mr. Stewart.
Here.
Mr. Ferrante.
Here.
Mr. Nicastro.
Here. First item up is the Certificate of Achievement for the girls 8U team, which I believe the mayor is going to present.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Let me just say to you guys, I am so proud of everything that you've accomplished this year. And big hand for the girls. I'm going to call up Coach Keith in a second, but tell me if I'm right on this, okay? You guys went 14-1?
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. And you only lost to Roxbury, right? And then you kicked their butt in the tournament, right? So you got them back. Congratulations. Really couldn't have done any better this year, and we're all really proud of you guys. So congratulations, okay? Coach Keith, why don't you come up? You can read out the names so that I don't screw up the names. And yes, thank you. You want to say a little bit about the girls' effort this year?
Yeah, sure. It started in August when we came together. We had tryouts, and the 12 girls made it, and they worked really hard. You know, a bunch of 7- and 8-year-olds coming together, learning the game of softball. But the great thing about them is that they gelled as a team, and they became really close friends. And you know, winning is just a product of hard work and commitment, and these girls certainly done it. And we got great coaches, Ryan Bush, Kevin Collins, Neil Costanza. They did a great job, and great support from the parents as well. So total team effort.
So what we're going to do, we're going to call each of them up individually. We're going to give them a certificate, and we're going to line up here. We're going to take a picture, and we're going to get it in the newspaper, and we're going to put it up on the mayor's Facebook page, and then we're all going to go into my office so you can check out all the toys that we have in there, okay?
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. All right, first up is Nicole.
Just stand up here. We'll all be over there.
Madison. Taylor. Taylor Heineman. Taylor, shake the mayor's hand too. Caitlin. Lily's not here today. She's away for the holidays. Sophia. Gianna. Brooke. Ellie. TTB, Taylor Bush. And Addison Barchetto, come on up. Lauren Lamberts couldn't make it as well. So the coaches, yeah, Coach Neal. Coach Kevin. Coach Ryan. Thank you very much.
Picture over here. Everyone slide down a little bit. And if we can get in 2 rows.
This is the only group of athletes where they don't block me.
Let's get this shorter girls in the front. Stay in the back.
Guys, Neil, if you
Everyone's gonna smile really good.
Don't worry, they can't see us.
Hope to see you guys back here next year. Girls, your jackets. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
That cleared the room out.
Good night. Congratulations. Happy holidays. Yep. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Alone.
No certificate for you.
We'll have to make one up for you.
We have a trophy here.
Yeah, you got a
Well, in
trophy.
this day and age, you get a trophy just for participating,
That's for being here.
Just for showing up
Just
one
for
time.
showing up.
Next item is the appointment of Ralph Ruggiero to EDC. Did everyone get the paperwork that
Yep.
they needed?
Yes.
Yes.
Any discussion on it, or any questions?
I think it's a good choice.
Good choice. Yep.
Yes.
Agreed, thank you. All right, we have 10 resolutions. Anyone have any questions on resolutions? Nope. Seeing none, we have ordinance. Any question on ordinance number 21? Any concerns, comments? Nothing? Oh, any old business? Seeing none, any new business? Seeing none, anyone from the public wish to be heard? Closed to the public. Do we have a motion to adjourn to
So
the...
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned. Okay, we open up the Mount Olive Council meeting for November 24th. Where's my thing here? I just moved it the wrong way. All right, Michelle, would you read the Open Public Meetings Act, please?
According to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been given to the Daily Record. Notice has been posted in the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, and notices were sent to those requesting the same.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda.
Here.
Mrs. Labow.
Here.
Mr. Mania.
Here.
Mr. Roman.
Here.
Mr. Stewart.
Here.
Mr. Ferrante.
Here.
Mr. Nacastro.
Here. Mr. Amianda, would you move the minutes from the public meeting and workshop for November 10th?
Yeah, Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meetings, work session, and public meeting of November 10, 2015.
I'll
Second.
second.
Any discussion? None. Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda.
Here.
Mrs. Labow.
Here. No, yes.
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 Following.
I'm going to start
He was on
over.
a roll.
Mr. Amianda.
Yes.
Mrs. Labow.
Yes.
Mr. Mania.
Yes.
Mr. Roman.
Abstain.
Mr. Stewart.
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante.
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro.
Yes, and I'm here. We have 30 pieces of correspondence. Anyone have any questions on the correspondence? Seeing none, I open the, this is the second, oh yeah. I open the hearing to the public on ordinance number 26-2015, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Mount Olive amending ordinance number 21-2015, which established salaries for mayor, council, department head, supervisory personnel, employees of the Township Clerk's office. Mrs. Labow?
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption and final passage of ordinance number 26-2015.
I'll second it.
Jeff, did you have something to comment?
Thank you, Council President. Just one comment on this. Since it was introduced at the last meeting, one minor change has been made to the ordinance on page 2. The second to last position in section 1, registrar, as introduced, it said deputy registrar. That was a typographical error. It's been corrected to reflect that it's registrar. So if council so chooses, it's ready to be adopted tonight on second reading, as amended.
Thank you. Any discussion? Anyone from the public? Seeing none from the public, close to the public. We have a roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Fronte?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. Ordinance number 26-2015 is passed on second reading, and I hereby direct the clerk to forward a copy of the same to the mayor and publish the notice of its adoption as required by law. I open the hearing to the public on ordinance number 27-2015, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Mount Olive establishing recreation fees for various township-sponsored recreational activities. Anyone from the public? Seeing none, close to the public. Mr. Mania.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption and final passage of ordinance number 27-2015.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? None. Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Fronte?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. Ordinance number 27-2015 is passed on second reading, and I hereby direct the clerk to forward a copy of the same to the mayor and publish the notice of adoption as required by law. I open the hearing to the public on ordinance number 28-2015, an ordinance of the Township of Mount Olive in the County of Morris, State of New Jersey, authorizing the township to accept the transfer of the water supply system within Morris Chase and Morris Hunt to Commerce, ownership and operation of the potable water supply system for these developments as part of the township's water system. Anyone from the public? Seeing none, close to the public. Mr. Roman.
I move for adoption and final passage of ordinance number 28-2015.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Fronte?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. Ordinance number 28-2015 is passed on second reading, and I hereby direct the clerk to forward a copy of the same to the mayor and publish notice of adoption as required by law. Next item on the agenda for first reading is ordinance number 29-2015, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Mount Olive amending ordinance number 21-2013 of the Township of Mount Olive's entitled salaries of certain non-union personnel. Mr. Stewart?
I move for adoption and final passage, ordinance 29-20.
No.
No,
First
flip it
reading.
over.
Oh, it's the first reading.
First
again.
reading.
First reading.
I thought this was a reminder one, okay.
Yep, got it.
I move that ordinance 29-2015 be introduced by title and passed on first reading, and that a meeting be held today at 7 p.m. at the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders.
No, meeting be held on December 8th.
Oh, December 8th? Okay, sorry. December 8th at 7 p.m. at the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders, Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, for a public hearing, consideration of second reading, and passage of said ordinance, and that the clerk be directed to publish, post, and make available said ordinance in accordance with the requirements of the law.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Fronte?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. We have 11 consent resolutions. Anyone from the public? Seeing none, close to the public. Any move to non-consent?
Thank you.
Seeing none, Mr. Ferrante?
Make a motion to move consent resolutions 1 through 11.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Fronte?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. We have two motions separately, one for the bill list and one for the appointment of Ralph Ruggiero to the Economic Development Committee for an unexpired three-year term, 12/31/2015. This is Laura Rimmer's unexpired term. Mr. Amianda, would you move motions 1 and 2? Or we have to do separately?
Yes. I make a motion to approve a bill list.
Okay.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Fronte?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Abstain on check 71119. Yes to all the rest. Mr. Amianda, would you move the second motion?
Yes. I make a motion for appointment of Ralph Ruggiero to the Economic Development Committee for an unexpired three-year term to expire 12/31/2015.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Almianda?
Yes.
Mrs. Laybow?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Fronte?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. Administrative reports.
Just a couple, thank you. First, on Sunday, I was very honored to attend the Flanders United Methodist Church consecration of their new building, where they're going to be running their thrift shop out of. It's actually the old building, but thanks to some creative architectural work, they were able to save the building. And it was a plan that took several years to actually accomplish, and they were all extremely happy. It was a very nice service attended by a large contingent of their parishioners. Last evening, myself, Lisa Brett, and Joe Nicastro attended the Community Interfaith Thanksgiving service at St. Elizabeth, and I have to tell you, it was a lovely service. They had the music presentation I thought was phenomenal. They had not only musical instruments, but they had a chorus that consisted of younger residents within the township. I would say most of the kids were probably between 7 and 12, and it was really, really nice. And the room was packed at St. Elizabeth's. So this is probably the 4th or 5th year that they've had that interfaith service. Many of you may have noticed that we've lowered the flags pursuant to Governor Christie's order with respect to the loss of Anita Datar and all of the victims of the terrorist attack in Mali. I'm sure by now all of you know that Anita was a 1991 graduate of Mount Olive High School, and it's kind of bizarre that through the tragedies that have occurred, that there's always some local connection to Mount Olive. Whether it was the 9/11 attack, where obviously we lost people that were connected to the township. On a brighter note, on Friday, December 4th at 7 p.m., we will have our tree lighting on the front lawn here of the municipal building, and then on Sunday, December 6th, will be the Menorah Festival of Lights ceremony, and that's at 6:30. I'm also told that we were given a donation by the Plant Detectives, which is the nursery which straddles the Mount Olive Chester border, and that they made a generous donation of many of the plants that you see here today. Special thanks to the Buildings and Grounds Department, especially John Geiger and Mark Dombrowski, for the beautiful displays outside. Lastly, I would be remiss if I didn't wish everyone up here a happy and healthy Thanksgiving vacation. You can all take Thursday off.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Your generosity knows no bounds.
Heard that before.
Any old business?
Usually that's why they're kissing my ring now.
Any new business? Seeing none, any legal matters?
No report tonight, Council President.
Council reports. Mr. Amianda, anything from the Board of Ed?
Yes. The Board of Education met yesterday, November 23rd, 2015, 6:30 p.m. at the middle school. The meeting was well attended by students, teachers, and parents. The board went through the agenda, superintendent's reports, personnel, curriculum, business, and policy reports. The Board of Education held the fall 2015 Sports Award ceremony for Mount Olive Department of Athletics on November 23rd, 2015. The board also recognized teachers who have been members of the school district for 20 years, 25, 30, 35, and 40 years. And that's it.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, I was fortunate to happen on a meeting between Larry Reynolds, Laura, and Lisa that was happening last week. And I'm pleased to report that the school board is looking for several shared service opportunities going forward. The first of which is the building of a community swimming pool. Board of Education has indicated their interest in participating in the costs associated with the pool. They have indicated that they have land which could be used at Tins Road School, and that they would also be interested in funding the bubble that would go over the pool to provide for year-round, their year-round needs. So that aspect of the water recreation in town, which was kind of discussed but put on the back burner, now has some new life in terms of we're going to look at the costs associated with the installation of a pool, the running of a pool, and have further discussions with the school board. I expect those discussions to occur during the year 2016, and if appropriate, to be funded in 2017. So that's a very positive development. The school board is also interested in furthering their marketing aspect of the Marauder brand, and they have indicated that when and if it becomes time to repaint the Clover Hill water tower, that they would be interested in participating in the cost, so long as ultimately there was something that was on the tower that said Home of the Marauders with the pirate,
nice.
which I think is great for the township. Unfortunately, right now, because of some issues related to the last time we painted that tank, I'm not exactly sure when that's going to occur. There were some discussions that I had with Tim Quinn during the budget process that when the tanks were painted 3 to 4 years ago, there was some kind of chemical that was put in to help with respect to the anti-rusting aspect that may have actually led to the paint peeling off. So we're looking at whether or not that's a warranty issue or whether there was negligence in terms of the tank painting. So once that gets resolved, we'll have some kind of schedule in terms of where we're going with repainting that tank. I can tell you that in this year's budget, the effort in terms of repainting water tanks is focused primarily up at the garden apartments tower up on the hill, because we're starting to have some rusting issues with those tanks. It really needs to be repainted.
Good news.
Okay?
Just a quick comment, if I may. Usually why paint peels is when moisture gets behind it. That's what causes paint to peel.
Yeah, well, you know, somebody who comes in who's a specialist, and I'm sure that these companies, that's what they do, they paint water tanks, because we all know that it costs several hundreds of thousands of dollars to paint tanks. They should be aware of what is required to make sure that the tank doesn't need to be repainted in 3 years rather than 20 years or 15 years. So we're looking at that issue currently. And as soon as I have an answer, I'll be better able to advise council as to where we're going.
Thank you. Mr. Ferranti, anything on environmental lake or library?
Nothing.
Ms. Labow, anything on seniors, economic, or TNR?
Nothing.
Mr. Stewart, anything on MOTV?
Nothing.
Mr. Roman, open space or recreation?
No meeting has been held since last meeting, and the next one won't be till January 13th, 2016.
I did get a report back from somebody who walked the Orange Trail and thought it was phenomenal. We pass that along to the trails.
Definitely will.
Board of Health meeting is December 16th. Other than that, nothing else to report. Mr. Maney, anything on legislative or
No.
planning? Nope. Anyone from the public? Seeing none, close to the public. Council comments? Mr. Amianda?
Yes. First, I wish Jackie Dition a happy retirement after 33 years of service to Mount Olive Township. Our journey with you, is completed, and we are enriched for having shared the many trials, tribulations, and unique experiences. Happy retirement. That's the first comment, and the first one. Next one is my condolences go out to the family and friends of Anita Data, who was killed in Mali in Africa by terrorists. Her death affected my family closely because Anita Data was a good friend and a classmate of my oldest daughter, Mercy, when both attended Mount Olive High School. She was a sweet girl and good to people. She did not deserve to die this way. It is time to stop the killing of innocent people. My next comment is from November 17 to November 19, 2015, I attended the New Jersey League of Municipalities in Atlantic City. The purpose and my goal were to network with council people from other towns to exchange ideas. That's it.
Thank you. Ms. Leba?
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to wish everybody a healthy and happy Thanksgiving holiday. And let's see, Mr. Ruggiero has arrived. Congratulations on your appointment to the EDC. Thank you. And I hope everybody, like I said, has a wonderful holiday. Thank you.
Mr. Manning?
Yeah, I would like to take this opportunity to present to our council president the trophy that was bestowed on us by our loss to the seniors of a bocce tournament. So, Mr. President, I'll take this opportunity to present this to you.
It's a turkey.
Second place.
Second place. Yeah, that's cool to put the spin on that. Good spin, Mayor.
It's
Good spin.
appropriate on Turkey Day. There we go.
Exactly.
And I too wish everyone a happy and healthy Thanksgiving.
Mr. Roman?
I think some of the seniors sitting up here actually threw the match.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, luckily, I know that comment was not geared towards me just yet.
Not yet, just another couple of years.
Couple more years. Obviously, I would like to wish everybody here a happy Thanksgiving. It's one of those things that we take special occasions to be thankful for, our lives. But I, for one, am always thankful to not only be alive, but to have all the blessings that God has bestowed upon me, and to once again be able to represent the township of Mount Olive and be up here along with you guys. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Mr. Stewart?
I echo the same comments. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and also congratulations to our friend Ralph.
Mr. Frampton?
Yes, just wish everybody a healthy and happy Thanksgiving and enjoy your time with friends and family.
Yes, same thing, Ralph. Congratulations, and have a great holiday, everyone. Thanksgiving. And I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No.
Nope.